why are you nationally known as the hip hop principal?
Well, two reasons. One, because I use rap in a certain way, and that's what I try to do, is use it to start a dialogue with young people and connect with them. Initially, when I first started using rap, it was a way for me to break the ice. So I would see students, and they would be in their little, what they call ciphers or circles, and they would rap. And then I come, I'm looking all, suited and proper. And then I come up and I'd say, I can rhyme. And they say, oh, you can't rhyme. And then I would say a rhyme, and it would be blown. And I saw immediately that once I did that, I had a certain level of credibility.
Exactly.
Fast forward, when I became a principal in the school in Queens, it was, like you had previously said, it was one of the lowest performing schools in the district. But when we say low performing, what does that look like? We had everything that you would name in terms of urban blight, low teacher morale, poor community confidence, poor test scores, violence, gangs, on and on. And so I come into the school and I say, you know what, we have to change the way students view this school and create a shift in their mind. So one of the things I did was I started a uniform policy, and I made all the students wear uniforms, and I created this structure where each grade had a different color. Each grade had a different entrance. Each grade had a different floor, and I enforced it. And when the students came in, they were very upset with me.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure they were a little resistant
they were upset
to that.
with me. They said, oh, who's this man coming in here making us wear uniforms? But what I wanted to do was say, you're coming into a different place, a different space, with different sets of expectations. So what happened was the students and I got into this conversation about why they have to wear uniforms. And in doing so, the students challenged me and said that what I was doing was I was taking away their individualism. And my response to them was that I don't see individualism, because you wear the same white T-shirt, you wear the same pants halfway down your behind, you wear the same scarf in your back pocket, you wear the same mean look on your face, or what they would call ice grill. So you're wearing a uniform, and why? And you're wearing a uniform that's been marketed to you by pop culture, because you see your favorite hip hop artists, and this is how they look, and so you're trying to emulate that. I said, so that's a false argument. And of course, the students said, "So what?" They didn't care what I was saying. Like, it sounds great to adults, right? Like, oh man, it sounds great. But you talk to an adolescent child, they're like, okay. And so what ended up happening was one student challenged me, and he came up with a unique and original argument. And he said, if you make us wear uniforms, then we're going to be the victims of Queens, because all the other middle schools are going to feel like we're going to be the targets, and you're not going to be there to protect us when we go to and fro.
Outside of school.
Exactly. So then my response was, and I was really literally speaking on the fly because he had challenged me and I didn't really have a response. So I said, well, you know what we're going to do? I said, we're going to make, for the purposes of school, wearing uniforms hot, and not wearing uniforms unpopular. And we're going to make a rap song. And the students said, what? We're going to make a rap song? And so it became this energy. And so I had to figure a way how to do it. And so to make a long story short, that conversation led to us developing a hip hop song, video, took us to the Tribeca Film Festival, used as an HBO model. But not only did we get involved with the music in terms of making these videos, the students were involved in every aspect of it. They did music production. We integrated into the curriculum. So they learned, like, if you're a filmmaker, what do? You sometimes you storyboard, you sequence, you edit. When you write, you revise, you edit. So we were making comparisons between that and hip hop, and we segmented it out into every part of the curriculum, and that's how I got the monkey, or hip hop principal.
Hip hop principal. So it was really getting students excited about using hip hop as the start, the spark, and then incorporating them into all aspects of what you were trying to do. And at the same time, they were learning.
Well, it became it became actually broken down into thematic units, and I want to shout out to the teachers that were involved in that. We actually had it across every content area. So in social studies, they were learning about the socio-economic conditions that gave birth to hip hop. In science, they were doing Venn diagrams between the human eye and the lens of the camera.
Okay.
They had Apple Macs where they were learning how to do actual editing and shooting. And they would, when they shot, they would look at things like point of view and then compare that to essays. You know, when you're giving an argumentative essay, this is your point of view. In math, they were budgeting out how much to sell the CDs for, what was the budget that we're going to use, how to not go over cost. So they were involved in every aspect, and it became this big project-based learning program
throughout the whole school.
And we did it every year.
Wow.